Right on time for Hope TV News Watch on this first day of October 2024. Now, later on in this broadcast, I'll be joined in studio by the Regional Director of the Global Leadership Network. That is Dr. Stephen Mairori, and the Africa Director living on the Age, Reverend Patrick Kuchio, as we discuss the upcoming Global Leadership Summit 2024 that is set to take place at Sitam Karen on Thursday and Friday this week. A very good evening to you, wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Moridi. We begin with an impeachment motion against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has been formally tabled in Parliament, signaling the start of the impeachment process. The motion, introduced by Kibwezi West, Member of Parliament Mwengi Motuse, accuses Gachagua of over 10 violations, including breaches of the Constitution, corruption and incitement. Motuse presented the names of 291 MPs supporting the motion, a number that surpassed the required 117 signatures to meet the constitutional threshold. Speaker Moses Wetangula confirmed that the motion met all necessary criteria for the impeachment process to proceed.
At the next stage of voting for this motion. So, Mr. Speaker, there are times when we used to say this is an open and shut case. Mr. Speaker, sir, as a requirement of our standing orders, please allow me to read the names of the members who have signed in support of this motion. Mr. Speaker,
go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, for purposes of completeness of the record, the standing orders require that the mover of the motion does read all the names of the members who are in support of the motion for openness. And I therefore read the name of the patriots, borrowing from Senior Peter Kaluma. Mr. Speaker, I began with myself. The Honorable Ekomas Mwengi Mutuse, yours truly. The Honorable Owen Ya Baya. The Honorable Japheth Nyakundi. Matthias Robi. Kimani Ishungwa. Member for Kikuyu and Majority Leader. Abdul Rahim Daoud. Patrick Munene Dwiga. Eric Wamombi, the member for Madeira. George Kariuki. Kili Daniel Karido. Dorothy Mudhoni Ikiara. Wangi Kiunjuri. Boro Ambore. Elizabeth Kairemia. Edwin Mugo Gishoke. Rindikiri Mugambi. Jane Kagiri. Anne Murada. John Paul Murigi. Gikaria David. John Kirago. Mary Mainge. Alice Nganga.
Now, a section of senior clergy and spiritual leaders in the country have rebuked sponsors of the impeachment motion against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Now, according to the leaders, the motion will overturn the will of Kenyans. And as Alice Diana now reports, the men of cloth have also aired their views on other matters in the country, including the rollout of the Social Health Insurance Fund and the Religious Organizations Bill of 2024.
As the process of impeaching Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua begins following an impeachment motion against him that has formally been tabled in Parliament today by Kibwezi West MP Mwengi Mutuse, senior clergy and spiritual leaders have criticized the sponsors of the impeachment motion.
All believers, servants of God.
Addressing the press in Nairobi during the Standing Strong Ministers Conference taking place at Uhuru Park, the clergy demanded for the motion to be withdrawn.
We demand that the president must lead in dealing firmly and decisively with the runaway corruption affecting some of the key sectors of the government, namely health, education, and national security.
We want to alert all politicians that time we have is time for development, not politics. We are at the time of politics to choose those who are leading now. And so we need to stop politics of attacking one another left and right. That will not save this nation. So the time we have now is development, address peace.
And as the Social Health Insurance Fund takes effect from today, the church is calling for transparency in its implementation.
We demand present President reassured Kenyans that the newly created Social Health Authority and SHIF will be implemented in total transparency for the benefit of achieving the universal health.
The clergy have also called on the government to ensure the new education funding model serves all Kenyans without discrimination.
We demand that the higher education funding model will serve all Kenyans without discrimination on the basis of class, tribe, sex, age, or religious affiliation.
The religious leaders also raised concern over the recent abductions witnessed in the country.
We demand that the president must personally reassure Kenyan citizens who criticize government will not become victims of illegal abduction by other security forces whose made is to protect all citizens of Kenya and assure freedom of expression.
The men of cloth have further stated that they are ready to oppose any bill that interferes with church activities, insisting that the church is able to regulate itself.
We can regulate ourselves, and we oppose any bills that are harassing the harmony and peace that the church brings. The church is a service arm to the government of Kenya. We own schools, we own universities, we own hospitals, and I think we are the largest owners of the educational setup and development. So we pray that as we have worked for over 60 years, church and the government, we will work together, and anybody bringing in anything that harasses the church is highly opposed.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you so much, Alice, for that report. Moving on swiftly, and the Health Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Deborah Barasa, has asked Kenyans to embrace the new Social Health Authority. Speaking in Eldoret, the CS said the new health insurance fund will help enhance access to healthcare nationwide. Barasa pointed out that with the registration to SHIF, a Kenyan will get free medical services and drugs at all primary healthcare facilities.
Tukijisajili ni kumaanisha ukienda kwa dispensary ama kwa health center utatibiwa bure. Utapewa madawa bure. Mumeona CEO KEMSA ako hapa amesema huduma pia na madawa yako bure. Sasa tunasema to register kwa Social Health Authority. Pili, emergency. Ajali inaweza tupata wakati wote, na Mheshimiwa Rais pia akasema kwa ajali pia itakuwa bure. Sasa tukipata ajali ama emergency tutatibiwa bure. Asante. Aya, tatu ni Social Health Insurance. Hiyo inamaanisha nini? Hatujui wakati ambapo ugonjwa itafika. Wakati mwingine ugonjwa inakuja, hauna kazi, hauna hela, na lazima uhudumiwe. Na ndio maana tumeona Wakenya wengi wanauza mashamba, wanauza ng'ombe ili wahudumiwe. Na wakituacha, wanaacha familia, watoto yatima hawana kitu, si ndio? Na sasa akaona ni muhimu pia tuangalie mambo ya health insurance. Sasa ukijisajilisha na utoe ulipe 2.75% ya income yako ama pesa, utaweza kuhudumiwa level 4, 5, 6. Whether ni operation unaenda, whether ni madawa, wale watu wa cancer, wale watu wa diabetes, wale wamecomplicate kwa njia moja au nyingine, wote watapata hiyo huduma.
Well, still at it, and the government has assured all Kenyans that no money paid under NHIF will be lost as the country now fully moves to the Social Health Authority. Speaking in Kisumu City at the Koyo Health and Wellness Center, where she presided over the rollout of SHA, Public Health and Professional Standards, PS Mary Modoni noted that there are sufficient efforts to ensure the rollover is smooth.
It is important to note that our CHPs are going to play a very, very critical role in the whole of this operation. One, they will help us in terms of registration of individuals. A CHP is one who walks from one household to the other. They are coordinating together with the national administration, the chiefs and the sub-chiefs. They will be able to mobilize people and also be able to explain to them what are the benefits that each one of us is bound to have. No money is going to be lost. If you had overpaid in NHIF, that money is going to be rolled out into Social Health Authority. So nobody is going to lose their money simply because they had overpaid. Maybe they had paid for a whole year and they can see that we are coming to the end of the year. Maybe we have another some money for November and December. Your money is safe. This will see 100% coverage for all Kenyans who are going to receive services. Before, NHIF used to have only 20% coverage of the people who used to have insurance. So this is a great moment for Kenya. And I'm asking all Kenyans to register through *147# so that they are able to benefit from the insurance cover that.
Now let's get down to business, and Absa Bank Kenya has renewed its commitment to the evolving needs of modern-day customers while reaffirming its focus on the affluent segment with an expanded, differentiated offering. The reorganized affluent offering is a key component of Absa Bank's refreshed consumer banking business, which has transitioned from product-driven to a customer segment-led division driven by customer insights.
We see a great opportunity to think about holistic customer segments because there's something homogeneous when you think about homogeneous groups of people. You're unlikely to get it really wrong. You're actually likely to get it right when you understand the segments of consumers.
We've really engaged our customers to understand them very intimately, to understand what their needs are, what their challenges are, what their fears are, and what their ambitions are. And we've tried to make sure that we understand what it is that they're looking for from a financial partner. What keeps them up at night? How can we respond in such a manner that we meet them where they have their needs?
And to some sports in action now, Bournemouth claimed a comfortable Premier League victory over South Coast rival Southampton, whose dismal start to the campaign continued at Vitality Stadium. The result lifts Bournemouth up to 11th in the Premier League table, and the outcome really looked in doubt after club record signing Ivan Nilsson set the cherries on their way. The Brazilian forward reacting sharply to a Marcus Tavinia's quickly taken free kick to produce the ball past Saints goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. UEFA Champions League stage resumes tonight with an exciting lineup of matches that promise thrilling action on the pitch. Red Bull Salzburg will host Brest, looking to secure an early advantage in the group stage. Meanwhile, Stuttgart faces off against Sparta Prague, aiming for crucial points in their campaign. While Arsenal will clash with Paris Saint-Germain in what is sure to be a thrilling encounter, with both teams eager to assert their dominance in the group. In another exciting match, Barcelona take on Young Boys, while Bayer Leverkusen squares off against AC Milan. Borussia Dortmund will host Celtic, and Inter Milan welcomes Red Star Belgrade to their home ground. Rounding out the night, PSV faces Sporting CP, and Slovan Bratislava will challenge defending champions Manchester City. While it is exactly 25 minutes past the top of the hour, time now for a short break. But immediately after, I'll be back with the Global Leadership Summit 2024 interview. Stick around.
This week on Hope Devotion.
Where does my help come from? It is not coming from the mountains. It's not coming from any other source. It is coming from the Lord.
Join Reverend Erastus Oyando as he shares the Word of God on the topic of hope in desperation.
The presence of Jesus will make sense. The presence of Jesus will turn tables upside down. The presence of Jesus will bring hope in that desperation situation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me.
Start your day with hope every morning from 6 to 7 a.m. Hope TV. Look and live.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Hope TV presents News on the Go. Every day at 4 p.m. for all the breaking news and news making headlines. Hope TV, look and live.
Welcome to the world of Hope Media, a media unit of Christ is the Answer Ministries that is committed to spreading the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ through the transformative power of media. Hope Media is dedicated to utilizing various forms of media to spread the message of hope, love, and redemption to all people around the world. Hope Media consists of various units that work together to achieve this goal. These units include Hope FM, Hope FM is your #1 Christian radio station, offering you discussions on current day-to-day issues, inspiring music, life-changing sermons, and news updates, broadcasting 80% in English and 20% in Swahili, with listenership of over 12 million every month. Hope TV. Hope TV programming is designed to inspire, educate, and challenge the viewer with wholesome content to reach various demographic groups, children, youth, and adults, both male and female, with viewership of over 24 million every month. Hope Recording Studios. Hope Recording Studios is a state-of-the-art recording facility that offers high-quality recording, mixing, and mastering services. It is designed to meet the needs of musicians, artists, and other creative professionals who require top-notch recording facilities. Hope Creative. At Hope Creatives, we believe that inspiring graphic design work doesn't just happen. It takes the right people with wild, out-of-the-box ideas committed to the same ideals, working together to make it happen. We listen, we learn, we brand. Hope Digital. The creative while in you with creative energy in online space and on. At Hope Media, we believe a powerful tool for spreading the message of hope as well as grow your business through advertisements, and we do this with excellence. For more information regarding our services, please visit www.hopemediakenya.org or call us on 0709 861 180. Hope Media, we keep hope alive.
Welcome back. You're watching Hope TV Newswatch. Now, the Global Leadership Summit 2024 is taking place this coming Thursday and Friday at Sitam Karen. To give us the insights into this, I'm now joined in studio by the Regional Director of Global Leadership Network, Dr. Stephen Mairori. Karibu sana to the studio.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we're also joined by the Africa Director living on the Edge, Reverend Patrick Kuchio. Karibu sana, Reverend.
Asante sana.
Bwana Director, let me begin with you. In summary, what is the Global Leadership Summit all about?
Yeah, it's a two-day leadership event. The Global Leadership Summit brings to us some of the world-class leaders, people who are on the cutting edge, particularly helping us in the area of skills, helping us to be better leaders. It also brings to us speakers from variety, who are diverse, those from government, business, church, and all areas. So it's a two-day event, and we will be having it at Sitam Karen.
So when was GLS started?
GLS in Kenya began in 2007. In the US, it began a little bit earlier. It was founded by Bill Hybels out of Willow Creek Community Church. There was a real need of leaders felt leadership can be lonely. And you need a forum where you can come and meet fellow leaders so that you can spur one another and listen from fellow leaders what they are doing, particularly those who seeing success and seeing things moving well. And so that's how it was born.
All right. And Rev, what is the main objective of the GLS 2024?
The objective has not changed. It's a platform that gathers leaders from across industry. Though the theme for this year is Design Your Tomorrow, where we are inviting and challenging delegates to picture their future, have a mental picture of your future leadership, then begin to live it out today. So it's a platform that brings together leaders from across industry and themed around designing your tomorrow.
And maybe what are some of the key themes and insights that the participants can expect from this year's summit?
In my view, I would say, if you're looking for practical, applicable, cutting edge, ready to use, leadership principles, the Global Leadership Summit is a place to be, because the principles you interact with are not just theoretical, not just hypothetical. They are applicable, practical, refined, world-class, ready-to-use ideas.
Dr. Stephen, you've talked about that the summit features a diverse lineup of global leaders.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell our viewers some of the leaders
they
that
are.
we're supposed to expect.
Now, viewers, I want to say you don't want to miss this summit. We have great speakers lined up for us. This year, we are fortunate to have the president of the Global Leadership Summit from the US, David Ashcroft. He will be sharing on the hidden force that can destroy your legacy, particularly challenging us to begin thinking about legacy and how we can end well. We have Pastor Greg Rochelle, the founder and senior pastor of Life Church in Oklahoma, USA. He actually leads, I think it should be the largest church. You know, he has several of them together, and he will be speaking as well. Their church is, we have the YouVersion Bible. Their church came up with that, and it's been a major gift to the body of Christ around the world.
You actually use the version, YouVersion Bible.
Very good. So that is the man you want to listen to. Johnny Erickson Tada, you remember Johnny, who had an accident swimming, and through that, instead of giving up, she has turned what was to destroy her life to be a story that has inspired many people. She'll be speaking at the summit. We also, among many others, but locally we have Justice Daniel Musinga, who is the president of the Court of Appeal. Justice Musinga is known to many of us. He's a strong believer, yes, but he's also committed to justice. So he'll be speaking on that.
Such a great lineup of speakers. And I mean, how will this help shape the conversation, also in the leadership in our country?
This is a great tool, particularly in understanding the challenges that we are going through in Kenya. We have issues that we are dealing with, and from the speaker lineup, I believe the information we'll get, the challenges they are giving us would help us reflect on the challenges. Kenya is going through a lot of challenges at the moment, particularly nationally. We have issues of corruption, we have justice issues, and even in churches, things are not as good as leadership is desperately needed. In the para-church organization world, how do we build good teams? How do we solve our problems as a nation? How do we solve our problems as communities? Because God designed us as human beings to flourish, and it just takes leadership to ignite those, to build and help the people to be able to deal with the issues.
All right.
Yes.
Rev, let me get to you. With the increasing influence of church leadership, in Kenyan politics, I mean, what role should faith-based leaders such as you, play in promoting ethical and responsible governance?
Well, you see, Jesus was very categorical when he described his church as the salt of the earth and the light of the world. My understanding and interpretation of that passage of scripture in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 to 16, is that for every problem of decay, we, the church leaders, we, the church, have a solution. For every problem of darkness, we have a solution. So it's about time that we, religious leaders, rose to the challenge of being the salt of the earth. Where there is decay, we provide solutions. Where there is darkness, we provide light. But at times, unfortunately, we are part of the problem. At times, unfortunately. But when we single out the issues and we delineate them clearly, we can actually provide solutions. So that I pray that we will not be part of the problem, but we'd rather be the solution, because when God looks at us, he sees us as the solution to the problem of darkness and decay in society.
Let me add to that.
All right.
Just as I wanted to say, many times Christians have shied off from engaging in leadership in the, what I would call the marketplace, either in government or all that. I think we are called to be the light. You remember Daniel? He was in a dark place, but he brought the light, as he has said. And while pastors are supposed to speak and to challenge, I want to encourage our members who are Christians to take leadership places and now lead ethically. Where there is corruption, show that really that is not why we exist. Have a different mission that will help the people to understand that this is God's mission for us in this world. And we have many examples of those that have done so well in that space.
Rev, let me get back to you. You've talked about church leaders sometimes being part of the problem.
Yes.
And we actually saw the Gen Z, protest just the other day. Yes. And they're actually blaming church leaders for not speaking out. And now we have the issue of the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And in our news tonight, we've actually seen the report by Alice Diana, some of the religious leaders asking for, a reconciliation between the president and his deputy. As a cleric, I mean, what's your take on this whole issue of church leaders and politics?
Well, one of the things that I gleaned from the Gen Z movement was the reawakening of our collective conscience. God used the Gen Zs to reawaken our collective conscience. There are many things we had normalized, and young people said, no, these are not normal. So my position is that God has called us as church to be church. But there are times, whereas the church lives in the state and we exist to influence spheres, politics, business, governance, our voice should be very clear. Our role should be very clear. It should not be confused. Unfortunately, there are times our voice has not been very clear. Our edge has not been very sharp. It's been dull. So I would say my role as a cleric, my role as a religious leader is to provide leadership. It's true, it's my responsibility to also facilitate reconciliation. I should be at the forefront, pushing the agenda of the kingdom, oneness. But it's a very interesting conversation that is going on. I would be very hesitant to take sides at this point in time, but provide counsel to both sides, because I exist to bring about reconciliation.
Let me pick your mind on the same issue.
Sure.
The role of the church in Kenyan politics.
Yes.
Your take on the issue?
I think number one that I would like to say is, if we've defined politics wrongly sometimes.
Yes.
And I think that is where the problem is. Because politics is meant to be good. It's about the better living of people, really. So when you have good politicians in terms of guiding people and leading them, it's meant to create a society that is just, that everybody flourishes. Now, in Kenya, how we've looked at politics is what is the problem, and I think that needs to be fixed. And that is where probably the voice of the church should be stronger. To say that our politics should be that of enabling people to succeed in life. So in that case, the church has a big role. Because it's about flourishing people. It's about making sure that the resources that are in this country are used well for the lives of Kenyans. It's about the sharing of those resources and all that. So the church should have a voice in one, speaking against the ills, but number two, encouraging those in politics to do the right thing. When you say that the church should, some people would say the church should be out of it. I don't agree with that. I would say the church is the soul and the light of the earth. They shouldn't be in the dirty politics. What has come out to be, they should be.
I agree. Yes.
And Rev, one of the key topics in the global leadership Leadership Summit is driving high performance.
Yes.
And how can Kenyan leaders, both in government and in business, apply these lessons to enhance productivity and accountability?
Yes.
What Kenyans want for the leaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there are opportunities for every one of us, wherever we are as leaders, to actually deliver results. God designed humans as result-oriented people. And if we just focused on being faithful to the tasks that we've been given by the citizens, whether you're a politician, whether you're in the private sector, if you're just faithful to the task at hand and give yourself unreservedly, results will follow. I'm a firm believer that fruitfulness is a byproduct of faithfulness. So when you are faithful at that which you have been tasked with, the fruit, the performance would come.
Fruitfulness is a byproduct of faithfulness.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. And what opportunities are Kenyans going to expect going to the Global Leadership Summit this Thursday and Friday?
Yep. I want to, again, as I said, our Global Leadership Summit will be on Thursday. This is day 2, we have Wednesday tomorrow, then Thursday.
Yes.
At Sitam Karen. I want to welcome every Kenyan. This is an opportunity to interact with other leaders. We have people from all disciplines, and it's an opportunity to network. But also it is an opportunity to glean from these men and women who are actually practitioners in the areas and fields that they will be speaking. I can tell you a story. One gentleman used to attend the Global Leadership Summit here in Kenya. And he told me when he came, he was a businessman and he was just running one business and it was not growing. But he had a speaker who challenged him to say, you need to trust and train and invest in other people, and showed them how you can actually multiply and have many businesses at the same time and grow, and you don't have to worry about people stealing from you and all that. So he did that and went. Right now he has 5 other businesses, and he says, I am actually, he does less than what he used to do. He gets more money. He's very happy. So it's an opportunity that you will get new ideas that can actually transform your business or transform your leadership, help you, how you lead your family, and all that.
Yeah,
so it's a great place.
And what is the target audience for this event?
This event, we normally say this, God has given us the potential. Everybody has the potential to lead where they are. And so we want to invite everyone who has that desire to grow their leadership. You may be a church leader, you may be a church member, you may be employed in a business, you may be the owner of the business, you may be in government and all that. All of us are invited to come. And I can tell you from what we've seen since 2007, there has been great transformation.
And it's not limited only to Christians?
No. This is for everyone who wants to grow in leadership. Yes.
And Rev, how can one register to attend the summit?
Well, we have a payment option on M-Pesa, and our pay bill number is 825500, 825500, and the account name is GLS24. So the pay bill is 825500, then the account name is GLS24. But you can also register online by visiting our website on www.kenyaleadership.org, www.kenyaleadership.org. You could actually register online. And we encourage people to actually register in good time because it's your premier leadership event that happens once a year. Kenyans are given to last-minute payments. So for those who plan to come even a last minute, we'll be ready for you. But we'll encourage people, if you could make use of tomorrow and just make your payments, it will give us a better opportunity to prepare for you and to host you and give you a world-class experience at Sitam Karen.
All right, and the same Kenyans, I guess they want to know what is the cost, for the registration?
Absolutely. It's actually 2,900 shillings per person, which caters for teas and lunch. Both days, Thursday and Friday, we'll serve people tea and lunch. And imagine this is a highly subsidized figure. But for those who are coming with large groups like 10 and above, it's further discounted to 2,500 shillings. So the cost is 2,900 per person for both days. But if you're coming as a team, registered as a team of 10 and above, it's further discounted to 2,500 per person in a team of 10.
And maybe if one forgets to pay and they just find themselves at sit and carry on that day, can they be registered?
We would definitely register them. We are ready. We'll have a team of young, dedicated volunteers with their gadgets ready to register those who we know will show up on the last day, like it has been over the years.
Yes. And Dr. Stephen, kindly remind our viewers when and where the Global Leadership Summit is happening, and any other logistical details that they need to be aware of.
Okay. So our leadership summit this year, the Global Leadership Summit, will take place at Sitam, Karen. And it's going to be on the 3rd and 4th of October. That is Thursday, this coming Thursday and Friday. And I want to encourage particularly those that have been coming in the past. We used to do it in November. Please, it's been moved to October. So it is going to be the 3rd and the 4th of October at Sitam, Karen. We want to encourage you on Thursday. Come by 7:30. So that you are cleared, you are able, on top of the lunches and everything, you will get a handbook, that you will use to take notes while you are there. And if you come early, it allows you also to get sitting in the places that in the place that you would like. Last year we had a large, we had over 6,000 people, so we expect those of us that attended, please welcome back again. And we have new people who have registered coming this year. So we welcome everyone. So we end probably by just about 4, so we should be able to have finished the day.
How about for the people who are far away from the city? They want to attend, but they cannot be able to come due to maybe different reasons.
This is exclusive. It's only for those who attend. Unfortunately, we will not have the online option this time. I know we did the online option when we were here about a few years ago. That was during COVID. This time round, we're asking you to come in person.
It's only physical.
It's only physical.
All right. As you conclude, maybe review your parting shots.
I would say over the years we have learned a couple of things. Attending the Global Leadership Summit, I attribute a lot of my leadership growth to my interaction with the Global Leadership Network and Summit. And I've learned a couple of things along the way as pointers such as leadership matters. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And here is an opportunity for fellow citizens and Kenyans to seize the moment and come and invest in your own leadership. Because if your leadership is to grow, you must be intentional about it. You have to invest in it. And attending a Global Leadership Summit is one sure way of investing in your leadership journey.
All right. And let me ask you another question. Do you think leaders are born or are made?
That's a very good question. I believe that every leader is first of all born, then they are made. However,
very smart.
I think it is both. It is both. There are those of us who are endowed naturally with some gifts and talents to lead, but that endowment, you need to cultivate it. Because if you don't cultivate and grow that talent and gifting of leadership, you might actually get to the finish line and realize you should change yourself. So whereas every leader is born, it is unfortunate that some don't exhaust their potential because they do not cultivate the leadership gift that God has endowed in them.
Amazing. And Dr. Stephen, your parting shot as you conclude.
Yes. I want to challenge, particularly those of us who are leaders. They say one of the GLS saying is when a leader gets better, everybody wins. If you are leading a team, that team is looking up to you.
Sure.
This is an opportunity to improve your leadership. And I really want to challenge you to come. But also, I want to challenge the young people. This is an opportunity to invest in leadership. Leadership matters. The challenges in this country will be solved by great leaders in this country. So I want to challenge the young people. I want to challenge everybody to say, please, leadership matters. It is not just for a few people.
No.
We have what I would call world-class leaders. And this is an opportunity to glean from them. And what an opportunity that in 2 days you are able to listen from several of them at the same time. That will improve your leadership in many ways.
Amazing.
So I want to invite you, please come to Sitam Karen on the 3rd and 4th of this month.
Amazing. When a leader gets better, everybody wins.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's a very good point to end our discussion tonight. That has been Reverend Patrick Kuchio, the Africa Director, Living on the Age, and Dr. Stephen Mairori, Regional Director, Global Leadership Network. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you.
And with that, Asante. And with that, you come to the end of our news tonight. Maybe let me remind our viewers to pay for the Global Leadership Summit. It's paybill number 825500. You can also go to the website kenyaleadership.org. All right, with that, to come to the end of our news tonight, many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. On behalf of the stellar crew that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Murithi.